Hey there, how's it going? What is up, everybody? Irish Orangutan is back to pass along what you need to know to get better at Madden and grow your Mutt team. Enjoy the show. Hey there, everybody. We are back to talk about the information that was shared with us via Madden Daily Drops for Madden Ultimate Team for Madden 20. It is very exciting that we are getting all this information and the game is so close. The first thing that we'll be able to do is get those things that you've been able to get through the pre order. I wouldn't necessarily advise opening all those right away. We'll have another video on kind of how to start your team and definitely be walking through that on the first day of EA Access. First thing that you'll be able to do once you get in the game is try to get through some of these missions. They have been talked about before, but the missions are things that just kind of help you through the game. First thing that you'll want to do is go in and play and get Juju. They just explained all that you have to do is get 5 yards and a touchdown, so that is very exciting. Then what you'll want to do is kind of work through some of those other solos that are kind of handed out to you via the missions, and that's just a good idea to get started. You'll get some 72 overall players, and you'll just get through those through playing solos and then challenges as you get going. Challenges are things that you can do with other people, as you might well know, otherwise you do know now. Um, and those EA Access solos are things that you'll want to get in and do straight away. They will be going away after EA Access is done. So that is just one more little bonus to kind of get you in to pay that $5.99 to get that EA Access. After missions, you'll kind of get a feel of the game, and you might want to branch out and start playing some other solos with your team starting to get built up. This is where you'll be able to do that in the play section. You'll be able to do challenges. Solo battles are back, so that'll be a great way to make coins. And then also head-to-head weekend league squads will be unlocked as you get a little bit deeper into the game, along with draft as well. They did say some of these will be locked until you get a little bit further into the game. This does say that it's on Mutt level 1 and everything but squads is unlocked. The next thing up is the store. They do have those promoted packs. They do have 3 options up. You do have the opportunity to go get more packs. You can actually get things with training this year, and they do have the auction and trades, and then you are able to go in and get those unopened packs that you may have as well. Definitely leave a few of those that you might get in the pre-order, and definitely save those up until you get your team filled out. But we'll definitely be talking about how to exactly do that. The next thing up will be your team. You'll be able to adjust your lineup. You'll be able to do the sets. There's settings in there. So just pretty much everything else except competitive is kind of mushed into this, so that's not necessarily the best. And then Kralo did show off his team, so you do get a little bit of taste of what some of those overalls will be for the year. Some of them are a little bit low, but that's not the worst thing in the world. That just means that we have a little bit longer to build. And there's a little bit of foreshadowing here, but we'll definitely get into some of those a little bit later on. And the next thing up that they did show off was the theme selector. Very excited about this. This will give you the opportunity to use some more playbooks and get some pretty solid players as well. Every time you get 5 level caps, you will then be able to select a new one and then upgrade a player to 86 overall, along with potentially getting their playbooks, coach, and stadium as well if you do want those. So that can be very, very helpful. And as you do well know, every 5 levels at this point, you can get up to 10 and are able to kind of play through and use those, and they will be very, very helpful for your team. The next thing that they did show off was the team captain, and you will be able to get that once you get to Mutt level 11, and you will get the opportunity to then go out and play with Herman Moore, Ty Law, Dallas Clark, or Ryan Shazier. And they did make a point to say that Ryan Shazier would be the only one that would not get other cards in the game. Herman Moore, Ty Law, and Dallas Clark probably will be getting legend cards later on in the year. Another program that I did want to share with you was the Ultimate Trainers. You are able to go out and get an 85 overall master. Last year, this type of program did bring you an 87 overall, but the names that they do have with this is pretty nice, and the players that you are able to get will be able to fill out your theme team or regular team very, very well. Next thing I want to touch on briefly was this NFL Epics. You do have the opportunity to go in and play through this string of challenges. It's just basically a different program with Baker Mayfield and Deacon Jones as the rewards. You are granted those specific players. This is Jake Stein and Kralo, the great gentleman who did bring all of this information over a 2-hour span this evening. Something else with this information that we were able to get this evening through series trophies, you are able to now use those through the store, and also you're able to use training potentially to get certain items. So that is going to be very exciting to see how they try to incorporate that this year. The journey is back. I'm very excited to see what they are doing. You can see 1920 forward. You can go in and play games kind of geared towards that era. So that is kind of exciting to see as well. Along with that, you will be able to go in and get the Michael Thomas 88 overall. With that card, it is a little bit telling of how stats will be split this year. So that will be quite interesting to be able to see. This also kind of gives a little bit of information regarding what missions do look like. And this is the Michael Thomas. So you can see he is that tremendous route runner, catcher of the football, but he is very slow, and he definitely shows that in this card, even being 88 overall in the upper echelon of players in the game. Next thing up is the Legends program. It is back. Talked about that a little bit earlier today. All those players that I did talk about are getting power-ups that you can play through and just get those with a solo / challenge, depending on how they do have that set up. It looks like a challenge there. Something that will be coming back to Mut is the exchange set for the Rookie Master, and Josh Allen is that man. As you can see, stats are a little bit low. His finesse move will be kind of fun to play with, but it will be hard to trade in 70 cards to try to get him, especially early on in the year. They did go on to talk about sets here briefly, just looking through the exchange sets. Look very similar here, but as you get up a little bit more, it will be a little bit different, as you can trade in 85, 86s for 87s or 88s, but you do need 3 of them. Next thing up is Mut Loyalty. This is very exciting to be able to get these players that you did work for in Madden Ultimate Team 19. And also rookie premieres will be coming over on the same day. That will be August the 2nd. It is a little bit disappointing that that information won't be with the pre-order 3 days early. Understand EA access with everyone getting that potentially on random days after the 25th. But with that, we will get huge upgrades to our team. So you just have to make sure that you do factor that in. And the last little bit to wrap up here, and then I have a couple more notes, but for a little bit more of Madden rewards / loyalty, if you played Madden 17, 18, or 19, you are given the ability to get an 82 overall. If you played all 3, you'll be able to get 3 of them being Devontae Freeman, Shaq Mason, Tyrann Mathieu, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Juju Smith-Schuster, and Demario Davis as well. Toss an and in there a little bit too early. Something that I did want to note while their overalls come up here in just 1 second, limiteds are going to be back with a quick sell, and that quick sell will be 250,000. As you can see, their overalls for those 82s in the background. That may help you decide on who you do need, and we will be discussing that in the video coming up here soon. But with those limited time players, last year we were able to use training to get past those players. We will not be able to do that again this year, so that will be a little bit disappointing, but it is something that we will have to learn to work through and potentially work to get some different players instead of all having the same limited type players that have came out. But all the top end players usually have a limited time at one point in time, so it will make it a little bit more difficult for no money spent and a little bit better for pack pullers. Last thing I did want to note was house rules will be coming in about a month, so that is one more thing in game mode that will be back for Madden Ultimate Team 20. That wraps it up. I'm very excited to be able to bring you all this information. We'll be bringing out another video that'll be coming out very soon regarding the X Factor abilities and what you'll be able to do with them in Madden Ultimate Team 20. I wish you all the best and take care. Thank you for checking into the Irish Orangutan channel. Keep coming back for more Madden knowledge. There will be consistent videos up every week, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button to see them all. Come by Twitch to engage and hit me up on Twitter at Irish Orangutan. Take care and much love, everybody.